I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is September 17, Wednesday, 2025. Hope you had a good day today. So we've been talking about, this was a retracement. When is it going to be done? Talked about popping up in here, maybe coming down to that first imbalance of Monday in the AM session, and then pushing up and then letting it be the 18th, 19th, and then coming back down into here. What they did is they retraced deeper. Obviously, I don't know how deep it's going to go, depending on the vibe of where the price action is and all the sessions and blah, blah, blah. But what did they do? I talked about this maybe being a sell model. I mentioned that here. Obviously, this is here. This is a breakout level. So we obviously are retracing back for what? Imbalance and breakout level, which is liquidity as well below it. In this case, it's this guy right here, previous day's low. We have a gap right here on Friday. They wanted to reach into there. So in intensive purposes, we came down to here like this. And then now we move back up to here, right? So this was deeper. And then obviously we're pushing back up. Do they want to make a new high or not? And then 18, 19, and then maybe sell back off. So tricky, but just to give the fire here, just so we understand, when we look to the left side of the chart, and this was us getting frozen here a little bit, yesterday's price action. That's why I was talking about dipping in up and then selling back off, getting into here, right? So look at the sells. Sell 1, retrace. Sell 2. Look what they did. This is obviously in Asia, London, and all that. Sell 2, push back. Sell 3. Okay, we did that obviously in pre-whatever. Sell 3, come back. 9:30 gets into this balanced price action right here. Lower high structure. So lower lows and lower highs coming down, right? So you can see there's the PM session. I don't even think I drew it yesterday, but look at today's gap. Opening range gap is small. I'm on the 15-minute. And then you'll see the weakness on that 15-minute candle flipping down, right? So 1, sell 2, sell 3, sell where? Sells 4. 4. Coming down, right? All the way down here. Sell 4. So now that I've mentioned that, there's so much to talk about, but in that first imbalance, you can see from today's right there, and then this is obviously Monday's. And then if that's a lower high and move 4 coming down, all right, they're dragging it, slowly attacking the left side of the chart here, which is the imbalance. I put this into a 1 hour. There's an explanation on making this resistance in this area here, but again, there's just too much to talk about to try to explain everything. But in general, we're coming down. It's Friday's high right here, right? And then this is the breakout level all-time high, obviously. So we grind down, and then you want to wait into fuck all this movement that's happening. Really, it's easy just to trade, right after, preferably 2 o'clock, 2:30, but in general, if you understand price action after 2 o'clock, look what they do. Well, they dragged down, they came down here. There's some projections that I'm going to have to show in a second. But that's a lower low, if we keep it simple. Well, we're here at 2 o'clock here. So now we just bounce. You see how this is a 15-second chart, by the way. So I know you might not have 15 seconds or not, but this is the only way I could show it, in my logic with whatever. But you can see it bouncing here, right? On that Mondays, right? So we're popping up. They're leading up. Look how they're gapping, leading up. Even the gas means they're probably going to come back, obviously. But what's the structure? You might want it to flow all the way through. I'm not a part of any of this. So push up 1, hits that right there. Boom, sells down. Comes back up for 1 more drive. It's very volatile. And in that case, you're only looking for 2 drives type of thing. 1 to 2 drives, in general speaking. But it's still a lower high. And what did they do? They squeezed everybody from here. So you have a risk of it coming back down. So what am I doing in this picture? Well, we came in, look at the body sitting there. We tag right inside. The midnight level is this level right there, this lower orange. And body sitting here. All right, we push up to the 50%. Notice the 50% right there of no bodies, and they're just wicks. It's working. Pushes down again for another structured low. Then comes right and taps underneath. See that right there of that first imbalance of today, and then that's my entry. But period. I'm getting filled here, right? And what is it doing? I'm hunting. This is a little sell model. Obviously, we can come down for a new lower low, but the point of this trade right here is to understand that we're going to come back here. We're going to be using this area more frequently today. Obviously, it's not. We would have just loved for it to bounce and shoot for the moon, but this is also very too easy. So in that case, especially with the way they expanded from the bottom here, but coming down and we're sweeping that. All right, well, what's the next trade? As you see, screenshotting it here, I'm trying to squeeze, and when we're rolling down here, okay, in general, we want to come and wipe out the easy buyers. And do we know that it's going to be a buyer from here or not? We don't know, but with just as jump rope and you're skipping in and out. So what do? Okay, we make another low and we break through. Okay, we're hitting now that breakout area. That's a key level with the breakout all-time high level. We smack it and we pop up, and then this next candle dips into the open. Notice how my entry is there and my stop loss is there. Right, because once we tap it, that's it. I don't want to see it come to 50% lower. What am I doing here? Well, if you haven't learned, the structure has already been in front of you plenty of times. You don't want to ignore that. We expect eventually it's going to buy, right, all the way, but lower low. This is a lower low, then to a lower high. Where am I taking it? I'm taking it right above here. I understand that this is a breakout area. See this guy right here? See high, low. Hi, now this is a 1 minute, so you can see it. Look, I'm tagging that guy on purpose. Why? Would I love to come up here? Sure. Will I do it? It's not necessary. This is what the purpose of this trade is, for a lower high. Then what does it do? All right, we come up in here, we get to that breakout level, we come up, and then we start making another leg down. That's a lower low from that lower high. Okay, when you're playing jump rope, though, we came up and you allowed that. Okay, so now I want to come down and wipe out buyers. Well, from here, we have to skip a move, for example. I'm going to explain it that way. We're going to need to skip a move. If you can see it by now, it's sell 1, sell 2, 3, 4, and then I sold 5 into here. And then this is a push back up. This could be now sell 6. Sell 6 happens here. So when I'm up here and I take the profit, is it going to go up, or is it going to stop here and is it going to be a lower high and come back down? They decided to do that. So I have to skip whatever happens from this price action. I'm not fucking holding for the moon, even though I know that this is generally the seasonality of where we want to go up here, right? As a new high, right? But from here, what does it do? We don't know if it's up or down. It comes down. So now they have told me on themselves that they're making another leg down. This makes another low. Okay, well, we get this little drive here, drive here, drive here. That's 3 drives. So we come down, we make a new low. We pop back up. It's shallow, but it's fair, and it's another lower high, this area right here. Then we get our nice finale candles is what I want to fucking see, right? But guess what? This lower high is now close. It's here. So now we expect it to expand. So let's count the moves again. From the top, sell 1. Here, sell 2. Sell 3. Sell 4. We came up here. I'm going to transfer to this 1 minute. Sell 5. Pushing back up. Sell 6. Retrace. Sell 7. What happens after 7? Well, you think it's going to sink to hell, but it's not. That's support. That's as good as it gets. But what am I actually buying right here? What am I buying right here? Besides the 3 drives here, understanding that this should expand and break. It's already pre-programmed. I mean, I'm already drawing this before when I take the entry, I already have this range in mind. Okay. The left side, you have these projections real quick. So I have this from here to here. You can see 1 to 1.5. Okay. And then I measured this guy from this lower high to lower low. So from there to there, you see that? It's over here at 1 and 1.5, 2 to 2.5, 3.5 to 4. Look how 1.5 and 3.5 are damn near the same level. And we're in this now 3.5 to 4 and this here. But what am I also doing here? Besides the drives here, I'm inside this gap. See this gap to the left on the 4-hour chart? If you looked on the daily, you'll see that it's completely empty. I can draw it, but it is drawn here. It's on this time frame. There's a gap here. So we came and we tagged inside that, right? And pretty much all the breakout level guys that were right there. Okay, so now we're pushing back up. Let's go back to it. So you see me with the logic of trying to buy this and get up. What am I doing here? Well, this is one contract. I'm murdering it with one fucking contract. So all this bullshit in the day, this is what you're waiting for. So it pushes up. It comes above here. And notice how I allow it to go above it and bounce from it because I'm bullish. I want to push up from here, but I want to take out this guy. Why? Because that lower high right here was easy to sell, right? And obviously low resistance liquidity run right here. So all these lower highs. So you obviously want to take out this guy, but to play it safe, you don't know if it's going to go there, but you're going to flow with what your intuition shows you of experience of trading. So I let it bounce up. I got it highlighted here with the projection. I want to get to -1 at the execution today was a little challenging, but as it generally is. But then we smacked that, and I couldn't tell if it hit the 1 exactly. But I'm trailing after that point blank. I'm not gonna allow this to come against me or anything. You got to take this profit. It's fucking only one contract, right? And then what do? It pushes up. It gets to that first imbalance, doesn't take that high. I think we had a divergence at that moment. We're in the 1 and 1.5. We just tapped that midnight level again. You can see it over here. I take the sell. So I take the sell down. Where am I going to? I'm going right into here. Why? Because we're going to reference that same first imbalance again from Monday. And it's algorithmic, easy buying support. I have it measured from this swing here, and we broke it. And I want to get to a 1 and 1.5. And I'm doing that, and I'm squeezing it out. What do I do here? We just got here, and then I buy it because we dip into that 1 and 1.5. The wicks and challenging to fucking move my stop loss, screenshot it, and it's just amazingly difficult. But you can see that the bodies are sitting at that open. At the 50% of that first imbalance on Monday. Look at the body sitting above. Look where my entry is. Forget the fucking bodies. Look where my entry is, right? But what was I doing here? I'm trying to push up. Now I'm just measuring this last down candle, not the whole thing, which I could have, but I'm not staying in the market. I'm already fried. I'm not doing anymore. The day's done. But I'm just highlighting this and refining. I want to have it come to that 1 and 1.5. So it comes to that 1. And then I'm trying to allow it to retrace so I can trail and get to where? To here. Where do we go? We did that. We came right into here. Now 2 to 2.5 right here. Pop in above and sweeping the 930 little high bullshit that they did right there, right? If you're wondering how that looks. Very simply, it's a lower high. From there, and coming right back down and pushing back up and sweeping that midnight level. That's that midnight level right there. You see that? Sweeping it. First imbalance. And then we sold off initially from there. Coming into these areas here. All right. Took this sell in here. And then there's so much to fucking talk about, dude. Should I draw the, I don't need to draw the structure, right? You can see that pretty clear. Let's just do it this way. So you knew what I was talking about, obviously, right? Oh boy. All right. You see that? I don't want to make this long. I need to go anyway. Right? You see that? See how it's coming down, coming down, coming down. And then in this leg down from this down here to here, you're getting also cells. 1 cell, 2 cells, 3 cells, 4 cells, 5 cells. So that many cells down, and then that's a lower low, and then they bought it up, right? So, I mean, I ain't gonna count into that, but push up 1, push up 2, push up 3. You see me selling it here. When we come back down, obviously too volatile. So this is where it's just like really one push quickly. But it's obviously the volatility is kicked in. Anyways, the point is that we expect this number 8 move to push up and expand and then slither that way to now be done with the retracement and then now going for the expansion. See that? So what you're seeing here is I'm still part of the retracement selling down here, buying up, and I'm flowing with that structure, and then ultimately the retrace is done, and then we're looking for an expansion. That's why you see the fucking candles the way they look. Look at the bodies. Look at all that. I don't have to explain more than that, right? And then obviously dollar with the rating here pushing up. Let me see it. We'll see if the seasonality of October of dollar is going to push up. I think dollar is going to rebound in October. But that's another question. That's when we would be kind of like at our top. But what was I going to say? Oh boy, there's so much to say. Higher highs here with S&P, and then we sold off, right? And then when I took that sell here, by the way, right there, we had a lower high here. That's the other reason why I sold this. And we had higher highs here, clearly. Then when I took that buy here to push up, it was clear that we had higher lows here with Dow, and then lower lows here. And then that was the purpose of that. Again, go back in the video and watch what I explained about if it's going to go up from here or not. Well, they made another drive down. And then, boom, we got that final expansion piece. And sure enough, it was just beautiful. Fucking beautiful. I was going to say something else too. Damn. Oh, there's so much to say. But just dead center. And shakeout. That's a low. Did they... Yeah, this is Dow. Sorry. So, made a new high. That's a retrace for a higher low, and then now they're dead center, and you're supposed to see another higher high. In general, if you look at the structure, there's a structure. There's the high, there's the low. You push up for the high, then it sells off all the way back, almost 100% retracement down to the low, right? Mean reversion popping back up, and then in general, just you want to, you would want to see higher highs and higher lows go up. That's the general flow. You don't got to make it hard. When you got an expansion here, this is a retrace, and it's constant lower lows and lower highs. It's bearish flow, but it's the counter trend. So we obviously still said we're bullish, right? And yes, we could probably get a big sell-off soon, like I've been talking about, but I didn't see that happening either today. Well, it's still not, the coast is still not clear. It could still happen from here, but it would have to happen from here. Or definitely we're going back up for another high. 1819, and then maybe sell off. And that's just me following the whatever. But anyways, what's it called? S&P got into that imbalance here, and I didn't draw that or anything. That's a breakout level right there. And And then let me go to a smaller time frame real quick. You can see speaker time. I also mentioned that. I want to see a level of some type of speaker here. Where were we at? So I was looking at kind of like in this scenario, right? But they came down, boom, and now we're dead center. So mean reversion back in the center. You expect now to take the high out if it's a speaker. And if you're confused about what I'm saying, this is just general price action, but trying to see something like this, for example, and I can even move this just from the origin, right? So you see that, but I can also, again, just simply, it's a sell model here. So you can also do that logic here, right? I'm not trying to draw trend lines and shit. I'm just trying to explain the price flow, right? So in that case, it's this. So you see that? So all right, so then and this is where we are, but let's see here. Am I didn't even want to do the video. I'm so tired, but what's it called? Nvidia also still coming down, and that's why I was like, the structure is looking for the retracement. They might be already in advance printing price this way. Now this is why I'm done. I can't fuck around. I'm not a slave to these motherfuckers. I can't be involved. All right, for me personally, I can't be involved. But I understood the assignment. I understood the price action and what it's probably gonna do, right? But here, this is very tricky price action because we would want to see it keep going, but it's still early. It's the end of the fucking day, and anything can happen here. But again, I'm still flowing with what I talked about, coming back down for the retracement. Well, I was wrong about that here. It doesn't mean I'm so wholeheartedly fucking waiting just to buy there or something, right? You got to be loose. You got to understand this, right? And I don't know if I even mentioned this, but I think it should go without saying that breakout level. I have it in fucking green already. So I understood that too, but I also mentioned that these are possible sell models, right? So they have a consolidation, we have accumulation 1, accumulation 2, and then we come right back down to take out that liquidity. But to keep it simple, it's an expansion on this side and a retracement on this side is what I was talking about. Even the video before this, I talked about push up and retrace back and then buy back up. In our sense, it's that's how they did it, right? Ugly. But anyways, so we came down here, and obviously we came right back, and we're stuck here, right? That's exactly what we did. Came back down, drives all the way down, and then pushed up here. We're here. So if I was to redo this, remember that's key here. That was the logic of buying in that gap. But stupid wick, and again, I'm gonna say, if they wanna come back down, fine. I would want them to just. I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just do it this way. This is now like the 19th, and then we get maybe a sell off there. 18, 19. I don't know. I really don't know. And how they do it, but then come back in. So it really all depends. But it's supposed to be a big sell-off. So as you see, also the 1 hour, we now then hit an oversold here, right? So you want to see it pop up, and then we come back down. And then maybe turn into a bearish week, but it would have to be like a huge sell-off on Friday, right? Coming back for this shit too as well. So that's about it. I feel like I'm missing something. Did I make a short video long? Just loving the volatility, loving the understanding here, and yeah, man. Looking at the data real quick. Yeah, man. Like I said, that's the double top I was talking about. So this is the push up one, and then I wanted to see it come back up, make another high. It doesn't have to really go that far either. But then sell off, and this is like the last 10 days. So this is like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, right? To the first, right? Until the first, and then, you know, and then pop up. Now, this is going to take literally all of October though. Like literally. So, that's it, man. That's all I can really say. I feel like I'm missing something. I know I'm going to miss something. Yeah, what's it called? Daily imbalance there with the gap. They're coming to the open of that candle. This is a refine area, the breakout level imbalance. Very just simple, but the whole goal is understanding that they're gonna come down and take that liquidity down. You think it's not can't come down there? I'm not trying to buy nothing like this. Like this is not me trying to hold this for like that's not what you want to do. Like you don't want to hold that. It's too volatile. They're gonna speak her out here, so you definitely don't want to be. Hopefully you didn't get hurt today, and you weren't impulsive, but took the correct trades. But this is not something I'm gonna buy, even if it's bouncing on the previous day's high. You could buy it, but I mean, I want to take that shit out by 2:00. Let it play out. Let it do what it's doing. And then as you can see here on the 1 minute, it wasn't difficult, but what did they do? They got you involved. They want to get you involved and then rip it, right? So take that liquidity. Their whole goal was to come down here initially, and then the drives, and then boom. This expansion here that I caught was just sick because of the fact that I understand the price action and the possibilities and the structure. Because that structure, if you, that's why when I took this sell here, it's like, dude, you're bullish. You wanted to make a new high after retracing. Yeah, but is that realistic for it to buy from here with this easy ass buying as a lower, as you think the higher low? But now we've came down so deep that now that liquidity and sell model and balance and breakout level is in the picture. You had this up here and it was bouncing there, and that's fine, right? But I'm going to take the sell here because I know it's a lower high, and I know that this is now the objective, right? This area. So you let it, so I'm involved in that way. But anyways, now that I understand where I am here, obviously to the left of what I just explained, I'm expecting a big expansion move. So me getting out and being done, buying here, selling here, and then buying up here again, that's flow. That I'm anticipating this entire thing once I understand that this lower high to lower low is the finale. Right? I can tell that it's the finale. That's why I bought down here. And with the drives here, literally. But you guys take care and God bless.